I think, the first thing really is, it is necessary to start from the fundamental condition of, it's necessary to start from the fundamental condition slash, microeconomic assumption that all firms profit maximize, right? That's like our sort of first fundamental condition. All firms are profit maximizing. All firms are profit maximizing. Now, if all firms are profit maximizing, we then have to think, what does this really mean? It really means they will maximize sales value per unit of output or per unit cost. So maximize output per unit cost. That's really what they're aiming for. Now, imagine rewriting this or rephrasing it in a different way. Imagine saying maximize news addiction per quality level of story, or just per story. What I've really done here is I've just translated what this one is saying into a slightly more sort of news focused area, right? This is kind of like a more news focused sort of thing. Maximize news addiction per story. So what does this mean? Maximize news addiction per story. Think in particular the following sort of idea. Okay. Imagine there is a story about a building that caught fire for 10 minutes and then the fire brigade put it out. There were no, let's say, there were no casualties and the flames were not very large. The point is, the media company may report this as sort of like, fire, like huge, unexpected and large fire nearly claims lives, right? Nearly claims lives. They haven't really lied here, right? There hasn't really been any lying. Sure, you could argue that, the fire wasn't large, so they've lied there. But honestly, the truth is they haven't really lied here. They haven't really lied here. All they've done is they have cleverly, as you can see, they have cleverly increased the excitement factor of the story without they've increased the excitement factor of the story without lying or breaking any laws. That's really the key to this, right? They've increased the excitement factor of the story. They haven't lied and they haven't broken any laws. So what they've therefore managed to do is they've successfully, they've really successfully maximized their sales, right? So successfully maximized sales per unit of news, and they've successfully maximized their sales per unit of news, and therefore make large profits off of small stories. But the point is, the accuracy condition stated in part 1 of this essay question is violated. That's the key point, right? The accuracy condition sort of, yeah, accuracy condition. And again, whenever you reference the title, you always use the quotes, right? The accuracy condition states in part what the stated in part one of this essay question is violated. Okay, that's the key point. There is a violation of accuracy here. So when you're writing your essay, just bear in mind that the incentives of the private sector might not actually make news that accurate. And what we're going to get onto in topic 4 is we're going to look at how the public sector responds to this with their own advantages. But it's important just to bear this in mind because, again, this all goes back to what I was saying. This is a two-part question, the whole thing, right? You need to dedicate a sufficient amount of time and resources to part 1 of the question, whether or not accurate news reporting is actually a public good. Because when you look at some of this stuff, it's actually a bit in between. It's actually a bit in between.